People often say, I just want to lose 10 pounds. Well, why don't you focus on what are you feeding yourself now that's going to have the impact on how your body is going to be when you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and your 80s, because it will make a difference of how you are treating your body right now. Welcome back to this week's episode of It Takes Grit with me, your host, Louise. All right, it is very special what is happening in October. If you have not already signed up for the Inner Transformation Program, oh my goodness, you are missing out. This is one of my favorite programs that we get to do 3 times a year. We start on October 4th, 2021, and it's all about breaking through your barriers to help you crush your goals. So if there's an area in your life that you're like, I just feel like I'm on like the tip of just going into something amazing, whether it's relationships, whether it's finances, whether it's career, whether it's your health, your fitness results, your nutrition, or maybe you're stuck in an area, and I never say that we're stuck, we've just stopped, right? And if you haven't made that decision to do something about an area of your life that you want to change or you want to improve, this, my friend, is your little sign to say now is the time to join the Inner Transformation Program. Everybody gets such incredible results. The transformations are amazing, and we really do build this really tight-knit community over the 4 weeks. So you get 4 weeks of full immersion. I guide you through an incredible call where we recap what we've learned that week before. You can ask questions, you can interact, you can find your accountability partner, and it's really going to help you create your morning and evening routines to set you up for success. It's going to trigger you. It's going to ask you questions that you might have never asked yourself before. And at the end of it, you're going to have so much clarity and certainty about that area that you're currently struggling in. So just head on over to RebeccaLouiseCoaching.com and you can check out everything that we have and how you can get started to really break through your limitations and crush your goals. Okay, so I'm so excited about today's podcast. I have got a zillion notes for you because this has been something that has really been going on social media. You guys have been asking me this question all the time on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, if there's something that you are struggling with or something that you want help with, like that's what we are here for. This is what I want to help facilitate. If I know the knowledge, I'm going to be sharing that with you, and we can really help you find those answers to things that you're looking for. Because I know it gets confusing. There's a lot of stuff on Google. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube. When you Google something, you're like, I don't even know what's real. But if you have a trusted source, I'm just going to share with you from personal experience what works for me. Okay, so today we are talking about midnight cravings and healthy snacks that you can eat. Because let's face it, when you're a kid, you get so excited about how you can stay up until midnight and you have all the sweets ready. I don't even remember, did you used to like set your alarm and get up at midnight, or did you just try and stay up till midnight? I think that was the goal. Try and stay up till midnight and then eat all of the chocolate, right? All of the sweets. And that was a fun thing, and we got excited about it. And now it's like, oh my goodness, if you go and have a midnight treat or midnight snack, it's like something naughty and you're cheating. So how can we find the balance between making it fun and then also making sure that we are looking after our bodies? Because it's probably why I do remember, quick funny story, I do remember going to a sleepover and staying up until midnight and eating chocolate, and then we couldn't sleep, we were eating sweets, and I remember my mom picking me up the next day, and I think I was just a nightmare all day because I hadn't had any sleep. I was high because I had like so much sugar and chocolate, and it kind of ruined the next day. And I'm literally having flashbacks of that right now. If you're a parent or if you ever went to a sleepover where your child or you stayed up till midnight, you know what I'm talking about. You're kind of grouchy and a little bit annoying the next day. Let's just put it that way. You're just like, I need a nap. So we don't want to feel like that the next day, but we don't want to just restrict ourselves if we're hungry, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some really key points about different foods, and then I'm going to give you 4 of my favorite like healthy snacks to have in the evening. In fact, I'll probably throw a couple of them extra in there as well. So if you are struggling with like, hey, I'm just not sure what I'm meant to be eating when, I can't make it even more easy for you or more simple. join the 5-Day Better You program. It will take you through 5 videos that will really get you aware of what you're looking for, what it is that you need. At the end, because you're going to connect with one of my coaches every day from the video that you've watched, and then at the end, one of my coaches is going to give you a free nutrition plan, customized for you, exactly what you need. So if you head over to rebecca-louise.com and then just click on nutrition, or you'll find the 5-Day Better You program. Get started. It is unreal, and it's going to give you so many answers that you don't have. It's customized nutrition plan for free. Okay, all right, so we're going to talk about carbs, we're going to talk about sugar, we're going to talk about chocolate. I'm going to talk about chocolate, right? And then I'm going to give you kind of my healthy snacks too. So I have this thing, well, if you're in England, you remember there was this TV show, I think it was Towie, right? And they used to say no carbs before Marbs, which is no carbohydrates before you go to this place called Marbella. Because Marbella in Spain, that's where like the British people would vacation or holiday. And it would say that eating carbs is not good for you, right? Because if carbs are going to make you fat, or carbs are going to give you, they're not going to help you lean out. There is a time and a place, but carbs are good. If you're lacking in energy, carbohydrates are actually one of the best sources of energy. But if you've had like a whole bowl of pasta or a big piece of pizza, how do you feel afterwards? You don't feel like you've got more energy. In fact, you feel like you've got less energy. So it really is about the right carbohydrates to eat. And I've got a whole list of them here for you, like whole grains and complex carbs, such as beans, quinoa, and oatmeal. They are going to be the better carbohydrates for you. They're still going to give you the energy that you desire and that you need. And we do need carbohydrates, right? Our body needs it. I talk all the time about balanced nutrition, not cutting out something. And it's not to say that you can't eat, the heavier carbohydrates, the bread, the pasta, the pizza, right, once in a while. But if you are crashing with energy and you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, the simple kind, like the breads, the pastas, and the rice, that's what can kind of make you feel a little bit like, right, exhausted, like bloated. So when you have those cravings at night, right, if we go in and we start to have those heavy carbohydrates, they're not actually going to fill you up. And those simple carbohydrates are going to turn to sugars, right? And sugar turns to fat. So I wouldn't suggest eating the simple carbohydrates at night, even though it's like, oh, I'm just like super hungry, like let's just shove some bread in, right? Probably not going to be the most helpful. But let's go with those complex carbohydrates. You're going to feel a little bit lighter, and they're also going to digest better as well because they take longer to digest, so it's going to keep you feeling fuller. But remember, what is the source that keeps you feeling full? Everybody, it's protein. Yes, so when you're eating foods throughout the day, make sure that you're getting some protein in throughout and in each of those meals, because that's what's going to keep you feeling full, and that's what's going to tone your lean muscles, all right? That's what's going to be important. All right, chocolate. I love chocolate. I mean, I think I'm on a par with truffle fries, Prosecco, and chocolate. I don't know which would be my favorite. My favorite would actually be bringing them all together in one big mouthful. That would be my favorite. If I had to choose, it would be all three just in one big, and then wash it down with a Prosecco. But yeah, chocolate is something that we tend to crave because it's sweet. Especially if it's a time of month for me, I can absolutely devour some dairy Cadbury's, and also some Toblerone. But if you can get like 70% cacao or higher, it's actually going to be a little bit better for you. Now, I personally don't like dark chocolate. If I'm going to eat chocolate, I'm going to eat the Cadbury's kind. I'm going to eat the Toblerone kind. I'm just not going to eat it every day. In fact, I would probably say I eat chocolate, let's say the last 30 days. I mean, I had chocolate cake a few times when I was at the mastermind, but I think probably like overall maybe 4 times. So it's not really like I'm eating a lot. So I'm going to choose to eat the proper chocolate than I am the cacao because I just don't really particularly like the taste of it. And it's not like I'm eating the chocolate every day, but it could be a really good substitute. And nuts and seeds provide, protein and good fats and fiber. And then so you can kind of mix that in with some dark chocolate, some almonds, walnuts, pistachios, all of that fun stuff, right? It's not just going to be about the chocolate. Okay. And then salt. Craving salt. Oh my goodness. I remember Walker's crisps. They're called Lay's. Lay's in America? I think that's right. Bringing out all the British terminology out for you right here. But craving that salt, right? Because salt kind of gets a little bit of a bad rep because we do need salt for our diet, but we don't need too much of it. So it's necessary to maintain fluid balance and controlling your muscles, right? But sometimes if you are, you're getting too much salt, it's because you're dehydrated, and it's going to be an imbalance, and even like stress as well. So it's about having that important balance. So when your body is stressed, it releases cortisone, which makes you reach for that high-fat, salty foods. This is why we stress off drives from that weight gain, right? So staying hydrated. And I say this all the time, it's the one thing that I'm working on. I literally need like a drip in my mouth. I need to invent something that keeps you hydrated, that like just makes you drink water, or maybe it's some crazy alarm that goes off on your water bottle, and if you don't drink it, the alarm just keeps going. That's actually a great idea. I need to find something better. So if you are craving salt, it could also be because you're dehydrated. So make sure that you are getting in a lot of that hydration, getting those electrolytes in as well, which is going to help make sure that you are feeling much better. All right, let's go on to some healthy snacks, all right? Because you're like, okay, you told me what I kind of can and can't eat. You told me about the salts and about the carbohydrates, but like, Rebecca, just tell me what I can and can't eat. Well, I'm never going to tell you can't eat anything, all right? Because that's not going to work. Everything is in moderation. I don't like the idea of saying a cheat meal because I feel like it's just a negative connotation to yourself, saying I don't want to feel like I'm cheating, all right? So if you want to eat something that is maybe just not the best for your body, right? We all know what those things are. Just do everything in moderation, right? And think about feeding your body good nutrition on a regular basis. So, for me, it's not missing my shake LOT in the morning. For me, it's not missing, making sure I'm getting some greens in. Like, it's the simple things throughout the day. I would say that probably 95% of my diet throughout the day is like, it's great. There's 5% where I'm eating a donut, or I'm having a piece of chocolate, or I have a glass of Prosecco. But some days I don't have anything that is not good for me, because I really do want to feel energized all the time, right? I want to feel that energy. But I do have my additional supplements that really help keep everything on track and fill in those small areas where I'm not getting in my nutrition, just in case I skip something that day. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of tasty treats. So if you go down to the fridge at midnight, or maybe 11:30, or maybe if you go to bed early, you're like, hey, I'm just getting to the fridge at 9:30, right? That's absolutely fine. Let's get your body something that has got protein in, that is good for you, and you can fall asleep and feeling better. Like if you're eating bad food before you go to bed, you're not actually going to have that much of a great night's sleep too. It's kind of like when you drink alcohol before you go to bed, it's not going to be the best. Okay, so frozen yogurt blueberry bites. Amazing, right? So for me, you could go and put like some raspberries or blueberries in the freezer, freeze them up. You can even get like pre-made frozen fruit, put them in some Greek yogurt, something that is, try not find the ones that have got a lot of sugar in, that you can get kind of deceived with some of those yogurts that are out there. They're like, oh my goodness, this tastes so good, it's so sweet, and it's actually packed full of sugar. And then maybe just add in a little bit of granola as well for your complex carbohydrates. That's one of my favorites. Baked zucchini fries. Now, I know they're not truffle fries, but we can't be eating truffle fries every day. Well, we can, but it depends how much we're working out and what we want to actually look for in our body. Remember, Jim Rohn says the only place that you have to live is your body. Your body is the only place that you have to live. So, I loved, a great alternative to having chips or fries is baked zucchini fries. You can still put a little bit of truffle oil on them and make them taste like super tasty, but you're getting your greens in, and they've got high in fiber as well, which is going to help with your digestion, which is super key. I also use some aloe as well with my digestion. All right. Tuna salad, cucumber bites. Now, I'm pescatarian, so I don't eat any meat. I just eat fish. But tuna is a great source of protein. And instead of mixing it with mayonnaise, you could mix it with that Greek yogurt, right? So a couple of staples that you have in your home, just mixing that tuna with Greek yogurt rather than the mayo is going to be much better for you. And tuna mayo also has omega-3, so fatty acids, which are great for reducing bad cholesterol as well. So I also take an omega-3 supplement as well, but tuna and smoked salmon are all really great for that as well. And we're getting that protein in, which I talk about is so important. We've got Greek yogurt that we're getting protein in those blueberry bites, and then we've got some protein that we're getting in with that tuna salad. And the cucumber bite. So all you do is you mix up your tuna and your Greek yogurt, pop that on a little piece of cucumber, you're getting your greens in as well, some veggies, and boom, perfect little healthy snack. And last thing is the pumpkin spice chickpea. So chickpeas actually packed with a high amount of protein, and also great for vegan and vegetarians. Like myself, I'm pescatarian. but they can actually keep you feeling fuller for longer, and they're actually going to help manage your blood sugar levels as well, which is so important because that is all about maintaining your blood sugar levels. So one of the things I teach my clients is that when I have my shake aloe tea in the morning, what's in that shake is actually going to help maintain your blood sugar level. And when you have cravings, it's because your blood sugar level is kind of like all over the place and you're craving something. Could also be that it's like the time of the month, and if it is, give yourself a bit of grace. If you need a piece of chocolate to feel good, right? Go for a walk too, fresh air, stretch, move your body, have that piece of chocolate. But it's about maintaining your blood sugar level. So if you eat something bad the night before, how do you feel the next day? You typically want to go and eat something bad again. So once you've got into that rhythm and that consistency of choosing healthy things, because you know that afterwards they're going to make you feel much better. So give yourself grace. If you have cravings, it's totally normal, right? I don't think any of us have ever been like, oh my goodness, I just never crave anything. I know, I just want greens and salad and lean protein every single day. No, we crave things, right? Because that's the most fun thing about foods and enjoying them. Like, I crave Prosecco, I crave truffle fries, like I crave chocolate. I love that, but it's a treat. And then I get more excited about it. When I'm having something every single day, like, you actually lose that excitement for it. You lose that like passion and like, oh my goodness, I'm fired up to have my truffle fries today. I'm fired up to have that glass of Prosecco. I'm fired up to have that glass of Chardonnay, right? So if you just allow it to be like a special occasion, you're actually going to enjoy it more. Your senses are going to be, like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. They're going to be, your mouth's going to be watering because you haven't had it for a while, rather than focusing on, hey, how can I fit this into my schedule every single day? So it's fine to have snacks at night. I used to say all the time before I even knew about nutrition, I was like, oh, you can't eat past 6 o'clock, right? That's what's going to make you gain weight. Not true at all. You're just going to make sure that you are eating the right foods. They're going to help you get the results that you want and make you feel amazing, right? That's what it's all about, is feeding your body really great nutrition to make you feel good. So make sure that you do go and have that midnight snack. You can just choose these other things that are going to be good replacements. Remember, we never want to take stuff away. If you're going to go eat some chocolate, okay, here's a little scenario for you. Maybe you have a piece of chocolate that's got 4 pieces to it, right? But you've also got some of your cucumber bites as well. What if you just started off having 2 of those cucumber bites, 2 of those pieces of chocolate, rather than having all 4 pieces of chocolate and none of the cucumber bites or whatever those other protein snacks that I've given you ideas on, right? So it's not necessarily about taking everything away. It's just replacing a few things that's going to make you feel better. Then the next day you might go, hey, I want 1 piece of chocolate and I want 3 of my cucumber bites. And that might even be more enjoyable for you because 1, you're going to feel full. 2, you're going to have your body's going to be feeling better because you've got better digestion because of the food that you're eating. And number 3, you're going to really enjoy that 1 piece of chocolate. So there's a little bit of tips for you on how you can maintain your blood sugar level in order to make sure that you are going through those cravings and not being hard on yourself, but also making sure that you have the best alternatives so that you don't starve. You don't say, hey, I'm just not going to eat anything. No, we're going to make sure that we are finding the things that you can use as a great alternative when you do have those midnight cravings. And look, maybe this is just a sign that you also need to have that slumber party. And maybe you have a slumber party and you say, hey, it's not going to be chocolate at midnight, everybody. It's going to be our little fun cucumber bites and chickpeas and all of those other fun things, right? So enjoy it. Have fun with it. Know that we are on this planet to feed our body great nutrition so that when we're older, we're actually looking after ourselves, right? People often say, I just want to lose 10 pounds. Well, why don't you focus on what are you feeding yourself now that's going to have the impact on how your body is going to be when you're in your 50s, your 60s, your 70s, and your 80s, because it will make a difference of how you are treating your body right now. So give yourself a grace for having some cravings. Try some of those methods. Get hydrated through the day. I know that you're just human, and all you gotta do is make some slight small changes, and it's gonna help you get those results that you want. I love you so much. If you have enjoyed this episode, or you know a friend that's like, hey, I'm struggling with some cravings, I want some help with this, please share it with them and give us a review on iTunes, Spotify, all the places that you're listening, YouTube, and of course, go follow us on the It Takes Grit podcast Instagram. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you next week. And if you haven't already signed up for the Inner Transformation Program, get yourself